I'm still wondering how long that shit was growing on the chair, because just now I woke up. I wake up when I feel the second humidity hits 50%. I don't know what is making it so high. I have to go check and see if the air conditioner's thing is still attached to the wall. But what I suspect is somebody, they said it. They keep saying all this shit. So whether it's mind games or not, I don't believe any of it. But I do know smell, and I do know physical things that are happening, right? So physically right now, it appears like I've had a period for a month. And I believe that to be related to hormones. They're spraying hormones. That's the only thing I can barely smell it, and I can't really say shit about it. It's like invisible. That is an invisible toxin, right? It's like the opposite of essential oils, right? So these people want to control a trap house. They're trying everything possible to force me to move out. Yesterday morning, the morning of 8/21, right? Is it 22 today? 8/22. On the morning of 8/21, they had the girl from the stink apartment come back. I think that's their trap house. And they're trying to make it look like she's my associate. So I tried to walk out the front door yesterday, and I wasn't recording, right? Obviously, because it's not anymore hostility in the hallway. All the hostility has left the building. I think everybody's left the building, considering, right? Maybe I'm even only one of the only people in here, aside from the people who's like actively harassing me. So, as part of my fight for justice, I'll die in this building so they don't get their trap house back. Well, they'll get it back after I'm dead. Over my dead body, are you going to sell methamphetamine out of this building? So, what I want to say is, I don't care. I don't care about any of this. I noticed the spelling facet of 417s. Let's see, look, reconnecting. Reconnecting is when they don't want you to talk about things. 4:12 a.m. on, I believe it's the 22nd of August. Smell was enough for me to turn on my UV. She's going to face the mold corner now. Look at her. She's smelling the mold. So there's water actively leaking right now, and mold is actively growing because humidity is right at 50%. That is a mold alert cat if you've ever seen one. Right? I got that thing, that little it's a piece of mirror. It's above her hammock so that dust does not fall on her hammock. She hears me talking about it, or she knows. Right? Smart ass fucking cat. But I just want to say, like, if the county doesn't want to do anything to fix this, I'm a ride or die, bitch. So you're gonna really have to kill me. I'm not moving a bunch of shit out. I'm not throwing a bunch of shit out. You guys gotta come fix it. I'll throw out the clothes. I don't give a shit about that. I'm gonna cut them up as I do it. Because you shouldn't be able to wear my clothes. So I guess what I have to do now, I have to make a secure area. I guess we'll use the bathroom since that was what has the fucking vent. I'm gonna start moving the clothes into the bathroom and destroying them, and Then I'm going to take them out. I think that's my plan of action. Because once I get all the clothes out, I have a bunch of free space. So, yeah, we're going to be here forever. Especially the harder you guys keep trying. The harder you... I can't even imagine. I have not even once thought about moving into another place. Not once. Right? I don't know what this Rocky Ridge place is, but it is not a place that exists in my mind. Right? Why is it these guys with the names that's like Justin Timberlake and shit? Not Justin. Nothing to do with Justin. I'm just saying initials. Right? When I was at Cox Castle, there was a man with the initials, same initials as Justin Timberlake, who whose client had $30,000 stolen. That's part of the setup. So similar to like SPLC, in order to carry out these murders, they have... This is hypothetical. This is maybe not real, or I don't know, but just look at my history of the list of places that I've worked at. Think about the Pennsylvania motherfucking attorney who's got his kids' fraternity set up in a motherfucking cocaine ring. These people are sick and stupid. Stupid. Money is that important to them. How do you need money? You're an attorney. Don't you get paid enough from your work? If $90,000, 80,700, $87,250 is enough for me to live, why do you, as someone who makes way more money than that, need anything more? Because you got a drug habit. Who else going to pay for your drug addiction? You got to have a trap house, right? Turn that shit off. Get out of here. It's not me. It's not me. It'll never be me. You could try to say, you know how many people you guys have killed? And you met one who does not give a fuck, so it's just a matter of time. 100%. No, I'm only 50%, but I am black. I'm black and Japanese. Bumblebee, hate crime. They love this shit. Right? Sadistic ritual abuse. Why do I smell hormones? You can't smell hormones. I can smell them though. It's between that and the mold. Something fucking nasty has entered my air and my cat's on high alert. And right now, V2K is calling back to the central location, the field agent, the fusion center. I can hear them. It's not the garbled mechanical AI voice. It's the actual person in the building calling back saying, this shit's not working. Because they're still fishing for an angry voice file. Because with the angry voice file, they could manipulate that and use that to get me evicted. This is not cognitive training. They're trying to force me into anger. Cognitive whatever. Cognitive dissonance. So I do the opposite of get angry. I'll get as angry as I want to, but I'll remain calm. Right? My anger, I will not use my anger. You cannot force me to be angry and create cancerous cells in my body. I have knowledge of this shit, you know? All this shit up in here, I got a big head. My head is big and it's hard as fuck. So think about it. My head is the biggest weapon I have. My brain. And I'm using it against a bunch of drugged out motherfucking desperate ass, broke ass. They're broke. Really, if they gotta do this shit, they're motherfucking broke. They just drive around in nice cars and wear suits and go represent people in court and shit. Right? And then they go home and they got drug problems. Their kids got drug problems. And then they wash everything away with money. right? That's really, I can identify them. I think at least the ones that I work for now are the most honest uh, out of the whole bunch of people I've worked for in 23 years. That's why I'm okay. It doesn't matter. It's a different energy. It's a different feeling. The signals that I get, right? It's not paranoia, and it's not me disliking my coworkers. It's not complaining about harassment. Uh, there there are things you can do well within the law, and then there's just like blatant fucking harassment. So every place I've ever been at prior to this place, blatant harassment, blatant fucking harassment. Um, I'm happy where I'm at, right? If they wanted to be really dicks, they wouldn't give me work to do. I have work to do, so I don't see nothing wrong, right? Um, that's another reason I don't name them ever. I have not, and I will not, because uh, not until I find some real solid evidence, you know. But what I have to say is, you really have to think about what position you're in. And you have to get rid of bad apples and bad seeds. I think, if anything, what my tenure is at this place is designed to get rid of bad seeds. I get to watch bad people go. So it's a no jerk policy where I work at. So when people turn into jerks, they gotta go. Um, right? It's not, we're not bullying, we're not even entertaining it. So, if anything, uh, right, I work with the most intelligent people. So if they made this targeted individual, hypothetically, if the targeted individual program is real and is legal and is used as a means of alternative justice, uh, I believe that at least people have taken the time to get to understand, right? Like, listen to me, understand me, know who I am, and they still get to do their job while I still get to maintain mine. Um, Targeted justice system is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. A prison without walls, right? So imagine being in a targeted justice system, but you work for 2 or 3 law firms already that's done everything in their possibility to set you up. So all the reports that they've made back to the targeted justice system, this is where the investigation is occurring. Everything that they report back is lies because they have criminals within their enterprise. Right? When I was at Louis Brisbois, I heard somebody say, "I knew he should have got rid of her." I don't know who they were talking about, but I happened to be one of the only people in there, and I'm a her, and that was the day I had to. They used their. It was a day at the veterinarian when they used the COVID mask. One of these motherfuckers. They had sprayed a special smell in it. I'm fairly positive because I have these masks don't smell, and if they do smell, the whole room doesn't end up smelling like the mask. You know what I'm saying? So within the mask, there was a smell, and then when we entered the room, this is when my dog was really sick and about to die. So we took her to the vet in Agora Hills. We stayed at the Doubletree Inn. My mom used to be a Hilton employee. We stayed at the Doubletree Inn. That's a murder hotel. I don't know what I could tell you about it, but um, I think that if there were to be an investigation into that hotel, you would find things that should not be, like cannons within the refrigerators that emit motherfucking gas. There's always it's not a cannon, it's a compressor But let's say, I don't know if the compressor springs a leak or what it is, whatever it is or how they do it. Um, they really fed into my paranoia at that hotel. So I don't know if it was part of the hotel or just the people. But I can remember names that are associated with that hotel. A lady's son, AM, she ended up leaving the firm, I think, to go take care of her father. And supposedly her son, what they told me, had perished in that hotel. I don't know if her son used drugs, but if you were to go back and pull medical records and find out that that's true, that would corroborate my story, wouldn't it? I don't know why they would have even been out there. I don't know where they lived, but I remember it was a whole convoy of people that followed me and my mom from, we went to the Panda Express over there, State Farm, State Farm, is that what it is? Not State Farm, Stater Brothers, whatever that grocery store is over there. Um, but like a handful of things, including water. I could tell you, like, I remember very clearly the shopping trip. You have not done anything to destroy my memories. You've not done anything to brainwash me. All of this. Oak Park. I said reconnecting, reconnecting. So I guess anytime I get viewers or whatever, it'll reconnect it because it doesn't want me to have anybody. I don't know what the reconnecting is. They're switching me on the IMSI scanner. But usually when I start talking about things, um, that reconnecting will happen. Last time it happened, I was talking about Nathan Hochman's office, Hochman. Last time I started reconnecting. I'm allowed to talk about these things, aren't I? As long as I'm not saying they're doing things that they're not, right? So, like, as far as the hotel, pretty factually, there was gases coming in the window. There were people standing outside. It's very much, it feels very mafia related, very mob like. And that's why I don't care if you kill me because I already understand what I'm in. Right? Push yourself so far, you push yourself off the edge, and you're going to always stay mad at me. So you're always going to try to send somebody to take a hit out on me. So I don't have to put my head on a swivel anymore. My cortisol levels are not raised. I do not care. So I remember people, it's like we have security guards just standing outside the hotel room and shit all fucking night long. Whether they be security guards or stalkers, right? I remember when my mom went to check in, there was a couple from a blue Honda Fit that had to walk in real close right behind her so they could hear what room we're in. Or make sure that we got put in the room that they had planned for us. I remember being so paranoid that I set up my camping tent because I felt that that was the only place where I would be able to do shit without them seeing. Too bad. Now I understand that they're using a device similar to an ESP32 with a special software on it so they can see my little stick figure ass body move through my apartment. It's just like when you watch Ghost Hunters. It's that same type of shit. If you ever seen Ghost Hunters and they show you like images of people moving, the little stick figure body dance, it's that same shit. Like, this is real. Look it up. Understand technology. If you understand technology and you're not all into AI and you're not all stupid, well, they're making America dumber than dumb. I took a class called Tech 2000, and anything technology that's come out since then, I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge of. Right? You don't just sit back and let this shit run you over. Or you do. I wait because I feel like it's going to make a big enough case, a big enough fuss, a big enough something so that they got to stop at least for a little while. I am the wrench in their fucking shit. Right? Because right now, what had to stop, it's all the little. So when I walked out in the morning, if you saw my video from the morning, everybody that's on the street, how many of those people do you think were actors? How many of those people do you think were really drug addicts? If you look at body shape, you could tell. Right? There's a difference between being fit and being drugged. Drugged up. They got the whole corner. This corner did not have this many homeless, transient, drug addict looking people on it before. I told you I lived here 11 years. I used to be able to walk out. It's gangsters out here, really gangsters, not fucking implanted motherfuckers. I live in an area where there are gangs. And the gangs don't come out like that. They're out in the middle of the night. What you'll see white people, taggers. That's a tagger. That's not a gang member. That's somebody who tags on the walls. They want to be artistic. They grew up in a really nice house. Their house, they never seen mold. And they come out here with a motherfucking spray paint can and tag shit up. There's a lot of those in Oak Park. Right? Taggers versus real fucking gang members. Taggers, Bill, the guy I dated, his family, his mom came from La Crescenta. La Crescenta. It's taggers. That's actors. Not actors. I think a lot of taggers, there may be taggers who are also gang members, but tagging is art. You guys got to get it right. Around here, if you see it and it looks artistic, that person is expressing themselves. If it looks like motherfucking names on the wall and shit getting crossed out, that's gang shit. Right? Gang shit does not care about making a pretty bubble letter. Gang shit does not care about hand styles. So having the knowledge of and not fucking around with any of it, I'm going to walk through here with my head held high. You're the fucking shit. Gangsters don't shit where they sleep, motherfucker. That's how I know the people here are not gangsters. Gangsters do not shit where they sleep. If it's gangsters, they're on the outside. They're not in here sleeping. Gangsters are cleaner than any one of your motherfucking agents. Look at a gangster's shoes. Go outside, agents. Motherfucking agents. Go outside and look at the shoes of the people that surround you. Gangsters' pants gonna be creased to a motherfucking shit. Even if they do drugs, you're not gonna be able to see it. They're not gonna be out there unless they are super twacked out. Because gangsters have a semblance of control over themselves. And when they don't, they fuck shit up for the gang, they get eliminated too. That's real on real. They got nicknames and shit. You call Looney and Loco. What's Looney and Loco? Looney and Loco is perfectly sane when he gotta be, but he's Looney and Loco in the street. Right? Those are hypothetical names. I'm not talking about, please. I do not think I'm talking about any real gangsters around here. I'm sure somebody out here is really named that. But they got their name because they have control over it. They have just as many splits as I do. They've been through just as much abuse as I have. The only difference is they may have a fucking criminal record attached to their shit. That's where confidential criminal informant comes in. Then you're the snitch, bitch. Right? So that's why you don't want me giving away your confidential criminal informant names, because you guys are trying to take down gangs. I am not. That's why. That's the difference. That's why I'm able to still be here and not be affected by this. Because you guys is trying to, they know, stay away from that bitch. Because really, every now and then I see a real one and they don't have none of the same aura as you. Right? They got more motherfucking of my energy than yours. Trying to talk about trying to match energy. You're not matching anybody's energy. You're actors. You're trying to play your part. You're up for a fucking role in a movie. They probably told you they're going to put you in a movie if you can complete this successfully. That's who you're working with. Right? I think so. Look at how much better the air smells now. We got somebody, because I put a delay on the thing. Somebody's real upset and they really want me to stop. All these messages are held for review and I don't care to view them because I'm not on here for clout. I didn't come on here to see what somebody got to say about me. And just based on the amount of messages that this shit is popping up, it's obviously that's a confidential informant. I don't need to see any of that shit. Keep pushing your confidential informant messages. At this point, I realize nobody's coming to help me. There's nobody coming to help me. I gotta make it through this on my own. And the people out there have to play within legalness unless they can find a way to do so and be dirty illegally. And if I have knowledge of all your illegal fucking shit, I'ma counteract it. Right? Because you can make somebody look schizophrenic from a smell, from telling them, oh, we're putting in the hormones and then spraying some funky ass smell, whether it is or whether it isn't. If I talk about it, then it looks like I'm crazy. But if I die from it, it looks like I'm a drug addict. Right? Before, now, when I think about it, the people who used to stand outside of my window and smoke whatever fucking shit that was, I believe that was really meth. They were probably smoking crack. Because it was nowhere near as bad as this shit. My daddy was a crackhead. Right? I think the guy that hit my uncle died of he got hit by a car while crossing the street at nighttime. And I think that may have been done by somebody who has a desire to become one of these crazy ass motherfuckers. Right? Because their ranks go up if they're able to hit people and kill people and get away with it. Right? Each person they're able to kill anonymously gives them clout and makes them a higher up level in this game, a higher up official, higher up ranking. Your life is shit. You walk through life paranoid, fucking stinky as fuck. You're the ones that wear deodorant, I swear to you. Motherfuckers that need deodorant are stressed the fuck out. They're stress sweating so bad they gotta go pay money for a chemical. That's just like how my mom started making hand soap because I complained about being stinky. Other people around me was talking about me being stinky. So my mom made cold press hand soap, old school styles, and that's the only thing I could trust as far as hand soap. Right? Because there's other people out there, they put all kinds of shit in shit. But it's really hard. You got to put something on a soap bar. What happens when you wash a soap bar? It washes the shit off. So soap bar is really your best bet. Bar of soap. You guys fuck around with all these chemicals. You're exposed to them too. I don't care. Right? They tell you to do this little thing. I don't know if you know what you're doing. Do this little thing. Do the spill that shit. Spill that shit in your apartment, and then you got to deal with it. Right? You spill that shit in your apartment. Now you got to wear a mask. Each action, each and every action has an opposite action. Whatever the fuck that shit is, what is that shit? I am of the school of ashes to ashes, dust to dust, bitch. If it don't kill me now, it will kill me later. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. As above, so is below. So how I carry myself on this earth is how I'm going to be when I'm in the ground. I don't need any of that. That's a dependency. That's like asking to traffic somebody. Right? Right there. Are you going to pay the rent? Are you going to fix the mold? You could do all of that. I had somebody who was over here offering to be those things. It does not do anything for me if you can't do what I can do for myself. I can't fix the mold, so if you could fix the mold, maybe I suppose it's a proposal. Right? Things I need, uh you can't even match the you can't even match the motherfucking the shit, like, if you cannot figure out how to match the technology, the epic prowess technology, I don't know how to describe it. The motherfucking, that's the thing where they got me, is I know tech. I don't know tech like how they know tech. They got so many technological weapons. It's fucking ridiculous. The things that they use to make batteries and shit die, electromagnetic fields, that shit that you read about where they like the microwave with the door off, that shit's really real. I think that's what that light was from across the way the other day. It was like the brightest light ever. Looked like there was something burning in the apartment next to me. Right? Because I couldn't understand, why is that light so hot? That's microwave radiation waves. How do I defeat that? I'm not spending any more money on you guys. How do I think? Titan RF. I think Titan RF. If I line my whole shit with Titan RF or some of that fucking electro paint, I could fucking defeat this shit. I don't care to spend the money. I'm 42. I made it to 42. That's a celebration in its own. I'm 42 and well recognized by my community, whether or not they like me. They do like me if they following my ass around in the way that they do, because it's not hostility in the community. Only hostility was in my apartment building. Communities out here just doing a job. I can't never be mad at somebody who's trying to eat, right? That's some of them will show me. We're just trying to eat. Well, I understand you're just trying to eat, and I understand Hollywood, so that's why I'm not crashing out on you. That's why I'm not getting mad. Uh, but when I see people in G-Wagons doing that shit, it's not an anger, and I'm not going to get mad. I might have to start the video over again because I want to change the angle of the phone. But here, maybe I'll put it right here. I got to turn on my air fresheners as well. Not air freshener, air purifiers. I just want to let you know I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here as long as this air filter works. I will be here as long as my motherfucking right. Oh, that's the thing I say. I'll be here as long as this air whatever works. And then they're gonna send their little electromagnetic shit to kill it. So you cook and you clean. I had a guy that used to cook for me, and he undercooked the chicken because he wanted to give me salmonella poisoning. That's that same graffiti artist. He undercooked the chicken and was like, eat it. Eat it. Right? That's when I was a prisoner and I felt like, oh my gosh, I have to eat this because he cooked it for me. That was before I could be like, no, motherfucker, I don't use a microwave. So I couldn't just put it in the microwave and fix the situation. I would have had to either put it back in the pan or in a toaster oven. And he wasn't going to let me do either one of those. So, no, those are not good offers. Not good enough for me. Usually, unusually well endowed. I don't want that shit. That's the shit that makes you be like, go fuck other bitches. Your dick's too big. Right? That's a curse. That's a curse. Anything over like 8 or 9 inches, right? If you're not 8 or 9 inches, that's whatever. But if you're over 8 or 9 inches, that's a curse. You can have two girlfriends. You need to look for a bitch that's gonna let you have multiple girlfriends. I do not want a dick that big. Right? That's a curse. That's why you're lonely. It's funny how it turns to that. I seen a bum. Maybe that's why he ended up homeless, because his dick was too big. Right? Guys, that's pretty much, that was one step away from sending me a picture of your dick. Just telling me about it. That's kind of predatory. It's not necessarily shit I'm into, you know? Also, it's been a minute. Uh, yeah, we fixed that. It's been a minute since I even cared about a dick. You know what I got? I had a Theragun, and they stole it. And I don't know if they stole it and thought it was like valuable, or if they stole it and they knew that it was my dildo. They stole it because they wanted me to try to go out and get dick. I have no desire to go and get any of that shit. Dick ruined my life. Right? A lot of bitches is out there and they're horny. Figure out in your brain what it is that makes you so horny. Link confirmed. Because there's a lot of people out there that's they think about that too much. Oh, let me tell you, when I worked at that one law firm, figure it out. There was, so how this thing works. The AI. Give me a second. I gotta turn I think I turned the dehumidifier off when I want pee pee. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, between the UV lights and the dehumidifier, I can control all your little stinky ass shit. All your fuck shit is controlled with the dehumidifier, the motherfucking UV lights. So, we could do this forever. Stink ass. Can't wait for the summer to be over. Summer is killing season. They don't want me to make it to they don't want me to make it. That's why they extended it out. They're like 60 days, gotta kill this bitch. That's why they put that extension on there. I don't know. So back to when I was talking about D4VID, he got a female judge. Females can't be a part of their little crew, right? He got the best chance. Unless she is like them. This is crazy. Imagine looking for justice and coming into people who participate in the targeted justice system. You know how many innocent people are in prison? That's why I don't mind if that's where you guys want to send me. I'm not going to do anything to put myself there. But if that's where I end up, I will also be targeting justice. Whether that's in the form of making sure people know how to read, understand their legal paperwork, understand why the fuck it is that they got fucked up and put into jail. And then we're going to build an army. We're going to build a case against all you motherfucking targeted justice motherfuckers. We're going to build an army. And people's going to be getting out of jail left and right. And you're going to be so mad about it. So the people in jail, they probably want me to go there because I'm going to come there and help. Anywhere I go, I'm going there to help people. Right? If you're going to be around me, I can't have you be around me in a low vibrational state. If you're going to be around me, we're going to take out badness. We're going to take out evil. Right? I fought for my life for 30 years. I had to fight. Like 10 years old, up until I was about 10, I was just a dummy. Right? I'm just a dummy. I'm a dummy who's protected babies and fools. God protects babies and fools. So I was a baby up until I wasn't a baby, and after a baby, I was a fool. I'm still a fool, and I'm still protected. Right? Because it's foolish to stay here. To me, in my eyes, it is foolish to stay here. But it's also foolish to leave, because if I leave, then the whole building, there goes the fucking neighborhood. It already went. It already went. But you know what? Drugs kill people. So let them kill themselves. Let them kill themselves. Look, somebody, I smell laundry detergent now. Right? Clean your shit up, nasty. If that's what you're saying about me, they want me to get rid of all my toys. They want me to not be who I am. They're trying to mold me into whoever it is. It's like grooming on a weird ass level. Normalinka confirmed. You can't groom me. I was an abuse victim. I am an abuse victim. So I'm going to seek whatever outlet I need to seek in order to be happy. And you got these fucking lights because you sprayed that stinky ass shit. Right? That's like, um, it's like Christmas lights all the time. Every time you spray it, I'll just try to show you how happy I am. Right? That's something I believe I'm allowed to do because, oh my gosh, when it comes to Christmas time, I hope my Christmas lights are not moldy. I'm gonna wire up a whole LED light show in the window, and you guys gotta. It's just gonna go on and off. Right now, I took a lot of lights out the window because I just got tired of them. But I think the lights is what made people move, because it used to be a whole handful more of people in here doing this harassment shit. For example, the guy with the Tesla, the actor, maybe he got a good job, maybe he figured it out, maybe he decided he didn't want to live here no more. What makes the agent have to move out? When they do something illegal that goes against what you guys are supposed to do, like what is it that causes one of these harassers to move out? Their level and something that they do, they go against something in the handbook, they do something that's revealing of the program. Because these are people, I don't know if I've even talked about them or taken photo. Maybe they got a conscience. Maybe they realize I'm not who the fuck it is that people said I was. I think that happens. So what it feels like is there's like real white supremacists out there who no matter what will not understand or see the truth. And then there's people who are playing this game. They call it a game, but it's my life. There's people who are playing it who are just doing it for money. And that's what I think, like, outside in the community, when people are hungry, those are the people who are doing it. Inside of here, you got the supremacists. Because they go the hardest, they do it the worst. They have no regard for, once they find out the truth, they don't feel a conscience, they don't feel bad about it. They just try to go harder because now they don't want to look at you because they know they're wrong. So they got to do anything possible to get rid of you. That's whatever. I'm a survivor. Being part of a 98th percentile makes you feel real special. So that means you got 98 people coming for your life if you're in this program. Right? It's only one person, one or two people ahead of me that don't give a fuck about what I'm doing, that are not going to be part of this. So out of every 100 people I encounter, if I use that as my baseline, 98% of you bitches is kooky. I'm not talking to any of you. That is almost exactly what it was. I found two people out of it was more than 100 people who followed me the other night on my walk. And I found two people out of that whole bunch that was not creepy as fuck. This is how people end up moving into their cars and shit. No, I'd rather stay here. I didn't get that car to move into it. I got that car to be able to do shit. right? And that's what you don't want me doing. So you're lucky I'm not out doing shit, because I could be out doing shit. So, because I ride the bus, right? But considering the condition of my apartment, I really shouldn't be riding the bus. I'm doing everybody a favor. Everybody's like, sit down. That's why so many people telling me to sit down, because you want me. It's a lot of people out there, I think, that's part of this network who knew about the shit that was on my chair, right? So they knew about the shit that's on my chair. They knew about the mold in my apartment. Listen, when you have an organized crime group, they look at everything you have. They have a notebook. They have document. They've done this to other people before. So they see this little Staples ass chair and they're like, we know exactly how we're gonna get her. So they've been waiting. That is why when I told you I was on that swapper chair, like, somebody left this for me. This is a present. It's a brand new swapper chair. Swapper chair is $800. Last time I ever sat, only time I ever sat on one was at Cassandra Estevez's house. That Cassandra Estevez is Charlie Sheen's daughter. And I remember I stayed on that thing for hours. I was upset if somebody else wanted to sit on it. And I just autistic bounce whole night. And so when I seen one at the secondhand store over here, I told you I don't really feel the most comfortable with secondhand things, but the reason I got that is because it's brand new. It is literally a brand new fucking chair for 20 bucks. 20 bucks, 800 bucks, you tell me. So they wanted me to get rid of this chair so that they could take the mold off of it and be like, it's her. I know it's her. That's another reason why it's so important for me to kill any active mold spores on there with that UV light, because it will never be me. It will never be me. Right? All of these things, everything that comes, anything good that comes to you, right? I'm like, I'm lucky. The good things that come to me, it's not necessarily luck. That's part of the universe. That's part of their game. As far as lucky, I do still feel lucky though, because I still have the ability to think freely, and they have to react to my thoughts. So my thought is, if I lived here that long with this chair growing that much motherfucking shit, and I took every measure right now to clean it off, I don't have to get rid of it. They want me to clean all this shit out of my apartment so it makes it easy for them to run through here and start fucking with my shit again. My apartment has all this shit. It's not because I'm a pack rat. It's because it makes it hard for you to run in and out without knocking shit over, without letting me know. Because if I walk through here, if you try to come in here with any kind of bag, you're going to knock everything over. Right? That's in my kitchen. I have my cat in her backpack. I walked in the kitchen, boom, started knocking shit over. So, no, we're not doing that. Right? This is intentional. It's not because I necessarily want or care or need to have all this shit. This is intentional. You know, it's so much stuff you're not even gonna know what to look for. Right? Oh, so let's talk about it. That blinking blue light back there, right there, that means there's no Wi-Fi in this bitch. They're mad about it because they were using Wi-Fi to try to make me look criminal. They have people parked out back all night trying to sign into the Wi-Fi, trying to do weird ass shit. So I don't use Wi-Fi in my apartment. Seldom. I can't say don't use it. It's not true. But my Wi-Fi is mostly designed and intended for my smart home when I'm not here. So the only time you'll ever have access to Wi-Fi, I will not be here. My device is somewhere else. So let's say you're using like a clone device or whatever on my Wi-Fi. I'm not here. That's why I think that D4VID shit is whack. And when I hear people trying to push the narrative like that's really him, it makes his whole case sound like he's not guilty and this society killed this girl. Society played with this little girl, society killed her ass. Right? Cuz she's like me. She that in that video where they're taunting her and they're harassing her because they played a little ding dong ditch on her or whatever. First of all, she overreacted. She did, but that's the same type of reaction I do. She was talking her shit. She would have been if she would have made it to 42. She's me. Same. She just got started in that scene. She got groomed and started in that scene younger than me. That extra 2 years, if you start at 15, you got a better chance of surviving. If they get you at 13, it's almost no way out. I think if you start at 15, you got a better head on your shoulders. You understand a little bit more about the world. 15 years old. Where's my follower Lily? She's not even 15. She's 11, and she's got more understanding about this shit than you do because she been through it. Right? Someone would tell you that their parents did drugs, didn't do a good job taking care of them. They're already fucking 30. At 11 years old, the girl's already 30. So, I'm praying for you, Lily. Please do not fuck with nobody. Just finish school, get out, get a job, get your shit together, and leave motherfuckers alone. It's okay to be lonely. Because if the opposite of lonely is being with someone who's going to traffic you and play with your mind, you don't want that. You don't want that. Even as an adult, I cannot tell you how many adults out there. For example, I think my sister's stuck. She got herself in a position where a guy offered to cook and clean and do all those things, and now she can't get out because she's threatened. Her life's threatened probably daily. Right? And my sister's a mean old bitch too, just like me. We all come from the same blood. She just she had kids and thought that's what's gonna keep a man or something, or she wanted I don't know. I can't tell you what, but uh my sister leans more towards neurotypical than I do. And if neurotypical means that you're a baby toucher, stay far as fuck away from me. Right? Neurotypical ain't shit. Neurotypical to me means you have secrets that you're hiding even from yourself. Neurodivergent is like, I'm going to tell everybody because I don't need people asking me questions as to why. I'm the one who asks why. So if I tell everybody, there shouldn't be nobody asking me why because I already told you. Whereas neurotypical people are like, don't tell this person because it'll hurt their feelings. Bitch, hurt their feelings? If I don't want that person around me, I'm going to tell them that. And if it hurts their feelings, they got to deal with it. And then we all both have a better life. No? Is that not how that works? Like, how do you keep people around you that you want to keep secrets from? You're not concerned about hurting them. You're concerned about hurting yourself. Because people trauma dump their secrets all the time. Right? They want someone else to share that burden with them. So they'll tell you, immediately after they tell you, they feel so relieved. They feel like they can go on about their day. While the whole time you're sitting there like, good God, what did they just tell me? They just told me so much fucking shit. Right? Like, how do you think teachers, you know what is the hardest job? Being a teacher, being a mandated reporter. Being a mandated reporter and seeing the shit that kids have to go through. As a teacher, you see kids who didn't eat breakfast, they didn't eat dinner. The only thing they're going to eat is whatever that little lunch ticket they have is going to get them. I'm so happy there's one school, and I hope that it's positive and they're not like feeding the kids bullshit, like putting funny shit in the food. But home cooked meal really is what changes a person's life. Home cooked meal is love. Those lunch ladies making home cooked meals, love those children. Because that's not a job that necessarily pays you a lot. You get more rewards from that job. Just feeding kids. Do you know how hard it is? I bet. I don't know. Like, the school systems is crazy. If you think back to school systems, how did your school time go? Did you make it out? Let's talk. Oh my gosh, we're going to talk about this one. So good. Since they woke me up early, 4 a.m. It wasn't even my kitty that woke me up. My kitty's still sleeping in her hammock right now. She only woke me up to tell me there's an intruder in here. And the intruder is the smell. No, I'm not. Not friendly at all. Did you want me to say good morning to you? Hi, good morning. I'm not fake is what it is. Um, so, hi, good morning. Right? You're used to bitches being fake. You sound like a groomer. I like not friendly. I like not friendly because not friendly is real. Not friendly is going to tell you I don't like your ass. Stay away from me. Okay, that was very clear and direct and concise. And I don't have any confusion as to how this person feels. Don't take that shit personally. Right? Don't take that. I like it when people recognize a trait. Okay, thank you. That makes it all that much better. So why are you here telling me I'm not friendly? If I'm not friendly and you want to be around me, you must like something. Uh I don't have a dislike for you. You came right now. You're my buddy. You came. You're a follower. You're making my motherfucking channel have hours worth of people viewing that shit. So I appreciate anybody who comes to watch, even the people who come to troll me and leave comments. Do you get a comment pin? I'll give you a comment pin for that one. Right? Because I agree with you. Because you know what being friendly got me? Being friendly got me stuck in an apartment that's got mold. Yeah. Being friendly got me stuck in an apartment that's got mold. Hey, I'm not worried about you. That's a UV light. We got to keep them running. I don't understand. Uh, like, that's the most important thing I have to keep running in here is the UV light. Because every time they hit the floor, I don't know if you just heard somebody hit the floor from upstairs, but every time they hit the floor, that does a little, it's like an air puff, and that'll send spores from the crawl space attic thingy, whatever that hole in my ceiling in my bathroom is, into my apartment. So now I gotta run the UV light for another hour. UV light damages glass, so it doesn't matter. Try to keep all my glass covered. All my glass is brittle now. All my glass is producing silicate, whatever that is. Uh, I feel sorry for people who don't understand chemistry. You know what's when I do things and I don't realize, like, there's pros and cons to everything, right? So pro with the UV light is killing spores that are airborne. Is destroying the structure of them so that by the time they land, they're not a problem. They could land on that chair, it's not going to be a problem. Um, so if I'm killing them in the source where they're at, then it doesn't spread. So it should not be spreading from my bathroom so long as I have. That's why they put UV light in HVAC systems. If your HVAC system doesn't have a UV light now going forward, in today's day and age, if your HVAC system does not have a UV light in it, you're gonna get mold. There's too many spores out there. So while I don't have a HVAC, I don't have a closed system. I probably still could put one of these lights in that vent. But the vent that I have is an exhaust, it's not an intake. So I think in the event that they break this air conditioner with their weapons of mass destruction, whatever the fuck it is, that I already have the next air conditioner planned. That one with the dual intake and exhaust. Takes it in from outside, puts it back outside. But supposedly, outside has a higher mold spore count than in my apartment. So there's no way to win. The only thing it doesn't do, it doesn't create a negative pressure. So all this mold in the walls is not going to be sucked into my apartment. So I guess it's just like, it's neutral, moot point. It don't matter. Right? One thing overrides the other, it cancels it out. We'll get to the bottom of this, even if it kills me. I think I have. I think I have, just based on timing alone. The flooding in my apartment after I got terminated is a common occurrence. It happened after I got terminated from Louis Brisbois. I can't say if happened after I was at Cox Castle, but it definitely happened after the temporary job I had as a biller slash AR AP at Weinstock Mannion. I used to do billing, accounts receivable, and accounts payable at Weinstock Mannion. I've also worked at Gelfand Renard Feldman, right? And I worked for some pretty high ups. They want me to add to my resume so you can see all the places, and then they're going to try to blame me for the crimes that occurred at those places because they think that I'm connected because some criminal organization has attached itself to me. But if I don't post where I work, it's a conspiracy. When that shit happens, if I don't post where I work at, the fact that anybody has any idea, because I don't even tell my mom what company I work for, the fact that anybody would have any idea. I'm from New Jersey. That's a state where there's a school for feeble-minded people, and y'all thought I was feeble-minded, and I'm not. But anyway, it's whatever. Right? I'm thankful for everything I have. I'm thankful for everything I get. I'm thankful for everything I have to offer. And apparently right now, all I have to offer is a little bit of information on how to survive this shit. Um, so for my other targeted individuals, the less you care. Whoa, was I yawning? I didn't even notice. If I yawn, did you yawn back? Because that's a control thing too. Okay. I'm like, yes. And then you do that. Now your turn. It feels good to yawn. It's a mouth stretch. Yawn. Oh, I ate pistachios and cranberries and it feels so good. I am getting sleepy. Oh, that's the hormones or something. They're pumping the sleepy gas in here. Because I can see it in the air. It's coming from under my front door. So if I block under my front door, they want me to seal off my apartment. You know what's going to happen? It's Wednesday, bitch. If you need me to open the door so you can see in here, so you can see that I'm not moving, do you need me to do that? You can see it. Sometimes you can see it. To be able to see gas. Oh, let's talk about that. I'll talk about that with you. Okay. I remember, it wasn't that long ago. It was kind of, compared to now, it was a while ago. I don't know how to compare it to now, but back in the day, when I used to have to go out to work. Right now I work from home. So that's why people out there, they're able to spread rumors about me doing all this shit that I'm not doing. I work a same thing as what people do when they go in the office, you can do from home. So I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not sitting up here. There's nobody coming to my apartment. Um, right. The only traffic in the building, they were going directly to 203. They were going to 203 all day, all day, all day, all day. So I don't know if they just have that many friends or what's going on in there. But that apartment seemed like it was up to no good activity. And supposedly, like confidential informant program, they'll task you with things like you just gonna make 10 sales, 10 sales to this person, 10 sales. So if you ever came to this building and bought something, and then you find yourself fucking arrested later on with a whole rap sheet case built against you already, those motherfuckers are informants. Right? That's how she showed up at the door this morning when I walked out looking all fucking suspicious. That's an informant. Um, all the people that try to follow me or walk close to me or intimidate me after I walked out the back door of the building, because the back door is a security door. Back door has two entrances, so even if you get in one, I don't have to let you in the other. It's not a wedding ring. It's my class ring. It's a Hope Star Sapphire because I couldn't afford the diamond. It's my birthstone. Right? Could have got a diamond one, but it's a Hope Star Sapphire. Wow, you know what that is? I got hope. I'm a star, bitch. Um, but hope. I'll tell you, I feel funny about that word hope. But anyways, after my walk, when I left, after I left for my walk, encountered the lady from 203 Stink Apartment standing at the front door, looking like she don't got a key to the building. I was not about to let her ass in. So instead of waiting for her to get a picture, because I don't know how long she want to get back into her apartment or whatever, or I don't know what she's trying to do. She's trying to go see somebody else who lives here, whatever. You need to go somewhere else. But walked out the back. As soon as I walked out the back, it's creepy LA all behind me. I said, even what I said in the video, look at creepy LA. It's like at least 3 or 4 people that's just like dressed like, listen, you don't know what baseline is. The prostitutes go home. You're not out here selling your coochie. Prostitutes already went home. Prostitutes go home before the sun comes up. So if you got people out here dressed like they're hoochie coochie, that's fucking plant. You're not gonna make the neighborhood. If you live in this neighborhood, you already know those are motherfucking informants. Right? 6 a.m. motherfucking informants. The coochie bitches went home at motherfucking 3 a.m. They don't want to see you. They don't want you to see them. So every person out there that's walking around looking like they're trying to be prostituting, you gave yourself away when you showed up to follow me at 6 a.m. Right? The prostitutes don't even do drugs like how you do. Prostitutes are about it for money. They came here for money. It's some of them that's got relationships or whatever. They do that shit. I don't know. But as far and as long as I've been out here, it's a class act. That's why I think it's okay. I think that the prostitution on the streets between certain hours, like once you get the kids home from school and shit, once everybody's all tucked in on bed, LA becomes LA. Right? So at 6 a.m., you have people on their way to fucking before school programs and shit. No, prostitution should not be out here. 6 a.m., take your ass fucking home. Nobody want to see that shit. Right? You're not gonna be getting a John on their way to work. Maybe you do, I don't know, but that does not even sound plausible. Think about it. Club closed. Club closed at what time? 2 a.m. 3 a.m. gives you another hour to get picked up before your ass goes the fuck home. 6 a.m. the fuck are you doing out here? Everybody's at the after party already. 6 a.m. If you're trying, you don't know motherfucking Hollywood. You don't know nightlife. You're a drug addict. 6 a.m. Hoes, anybody that runs in that crowd or in that circle is at a motherfucking hotel room somewhere still partying, getting ready to go to the after party. Getting ready to go. Like today, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. It might be no, it's summertime. It's pool party season. Bitches is getting ready to go to the pool in motherfucking 4 hours. Right? They're not going to be standing on the street still trying to sell ass at 6 a.m. If they look good, they're out. Right? And our hoes look good. We got hoes out there, and they got way better attitudes than you, got way more money than you probably, and they they're not they're not out here at 6 a.m. That's why this is a joke. I'm more likely to see them at midnight. That's the early shift, clocking in early. I'm more likely to see them at midnight than 6 a.m. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3, 4. 4 a.m. might be the latest because 4 a.m. people start getting up and going to do shit. If you think about the cycle of a cat, right? Crepuscular creatures. Hoes is crepuscular. They're out in the nighttime. The sun come up, that motherfucker's sleeping. Right? Nobody cares. So that's why when you stand outside, you're not doing anything to me cognitively because I already understand what baseline is. I lived here long enough. So if you are a targeted individual and you got hoes around you and it's 6 a.m., that's an informant. That's an informant, and they're trying to set it up to make you look like you run with the hoes. Six a.m. Yeah, we're looking at my apartment so you can see it's not a bunch of mold in here. Look at all that shit. It's not a bunch of mold in here. If you want to look around. But 6 a.m. hoes is out, is informants. Do I need to make a shirt? That's not dust, that's mold. And 6 a.m. hoes is already at home sleeping. Right? She already washed her coochie. She in bed. She got her bonnet on just like me. So that's it. And I think it's a wrap for your program, at least as far as harassing me. I no longer feel harassed or targeted because I can call out every single one of your fucking shits. What I have to do, I have to check on this humidity. If humidity is still high, motherfucker, I gotta go close the window. I'll close the window and run that shit still. Because the window is what's creating the moisture. Oh, here comes the angry V2K voice. They heard me talk about getting up and they want to go in and try to get their reward. So they task you with trying to make me angry. I don't know how long it's been since somebody got paid for when I got angry. Right? They got a list of shit to do. And on that list of shit, it's like every time they wake up, start V2K fucking harassment. Every time they go outside, start V2K harassment. Every time they eat a meal, start V2K. Every time they start work, start V2K. Every time they do anything, start your fucking harassment. What you gonna make me do? You're gonna make me get up and cook some sausages right now. Sausages, I'm gonna make the bacon. Maybe I'm gonna clean out my refrigerator today. Because that'll make me feel good. I've been waiting so long to clean out my refrigerator. Not waiting, just like fucking. It does its job, shit. There's another yawn for you. So that's part of the try to slow. That's probably like melatonin. They're like pumping melatonin shit in the air, trying to make me sleepy. Cause they want me, like not doing. They want me dead, really. But it's supposed to be a prison without walls. And every time I go outside, their shit gets fucked up, and then they got to start talking back to the fusion center like it didn't work. You hear the funniest calls. People around you like, it didn't work. It's not doing anything. That's all I hear. It's not doing anything. It's not. It's not gonna do anything. So I wonder how many other targets it's like this for. How many other targets it's like, it's not doing anything. I need to start taking the Legos apart. That's going to make people think that I'm going somewhere, and I'm not. I'm just making sure I don't have dust all over my shit. And then I get storage space back. If I take the Legos apart, I get storage space back. So every time you spray that little stinky ass hormone ass spray, anytime my humidity goes above 50%, bitch, I'm doing something. If that's what you want me to do, okay. Keep the humidity over 50%, and I'm going to make sure that all my shit gets put away real nice. So that when the county comes, if they do ever come, because I'm going to keep, if I can't get them to come for this, my next complaint is on the building. Right? Because I got a billion pictures of your fucking trash can. Why is your trash can always overflowing? Fix the lock. When did this become such a dirty ass building? When did I have to start taking pictures of the trash can? If we're talking about SROGs, special interrogatories, frogs, form interrogatories, what's the form interrogatories for a motherfucking slumlord case? We're doing all SROGs. Special question. How long has your trash can been like that? Well, I know I sent a text message to the on-site manager, I don't know, months ago, and I asked for them to fix the lock because I got to pay for trash and other people's using the trash can. So now you have to fix the lock. And then why is our gate key just a regular ass key? It's no longer a do not duplicate key. We got a different key. I don't know, maybe if he saw, I have a collection. So every round of this, they got to give out a new key. I have a gate key for just about every year that I've lived here. So they went with the cheap key maker, or they used the wrong key, or I don't know. They just got a regular ass key. Maybe it's easier to pick that lock. But we no longer have the safety, security, do not do. And then I know that's just a message, because you could do, a locksmith can duplicate anything he wants to. Locksmith profession is very valuable to this organization. I had to have them add a deadbolt. Because before it was just a lock. I was like, what is this? Isn't that crazy? I think I'm going to get off because I'm going to get my day started. So, I'll see you outside, prisoners without walls. Especially the ones wearing uniforms driving around in cars with sirens and shit. See you outside.